What's going on, Minecraft fans? My name's Luke the Notable.
And I'm the Tors.
And in this video, we're gonna be surviving 100 days in Minecraft.
Together! I've never really played Minecraft before.
But I guarantee you by the end of these 100 days, she'll have killed the Ender Dragon.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be quite a long journey to get there though. So let's just get in to day number 1. So here we are, day number 1, loading into a random Minecraft world. Oh, and there's the Tors. I'm so excited. We gotta get to work quick though, night's coming fast, and we don't wanna end up dead on day 1. You know, it wasn't a bad spawn point. We were right next to the ocean, which is always nice.
We decided to skip the dirt shack phase and went straight to wood.
With 2 people, construction was a little bit easier, and we made a pretty big house for day 1. And by the nighttime, I even found some of my favorite flowers. We did pretty good for day 1. Stone tools and a house that isn't made out of dirt.
I guess there's nothing to do but stand here and wait till morning.
Day 2, I started construction on a mine shack. It's not much, but this is Minecraft. You gotta mine.
And I spent the day collecting flowers and then getting completely lost. While trying to use the coordinate system, I fell in a hole. I really don't need this right now. It's so dark.
She made it back home, but we should really start investing in some compasses. But that's gonna take some mining. And day 3, I did nothing but it. Nothing fancy, just some simple strip mining, looking for the good stuff. Tors was doing some unpaid roofing all day in the hot sun, so I figured the least I could do was hook her up with some nice new shiny iron armor.
It's so shiny, I love it, sweetie.
Day 4, Tors was gonna do more roofing. It's a pretty big job, but not before watching me heroically take down a creeper. After that, I went back in the mine. I'm trying to find some diamonds for my lady. I didn't find diamonds, but I did find an abandoned mine shaft, which I couldn't pass up. If you're not careful in these things, you can get creeped on, but I was very careful. And you know, I found a lot of good stuff down here. For day 4, we're doing fantastic.
And the roof's looking pretty good too.
Day 5, I set up a farm. If we keep eating all the local animals, they'll go extinct soon. It's just a bread farm, but nothing's wrong with bread, right? Yeah, that was pretty much it. Most of the day was spent punching grass. Yeah, but it's gonna take a few days for that bread to grow, so sorry pigs, I don't want to do this. Good news is I had enough iron for shears, so I didn't have to kill the sheep for its wool, but I did anyway. Sorry sheep, I have a family to feed. While exploring, I found a nearby desert temple. Shouldn't be too hard to go through this thing. Of all the structures you can find in Minecraft, these ones are probably the easiest, and they have some pretty good loot too. And I know this TNT will come in handy eventually. Wow, I'm also setting up a wall. Day 6 was pretty productive. Tors was even more busy on day 6, standing perfectly still in the house, contemplating life. I said earlier we have good access to the ocean, so bright and early on day 7 I went out exploring again. The ocean's a great place to find loot. It's pretty much everywhere. Here I found coal and a buried treasure map. The map pointed to a spot right nearby, so I wasted no time and went straight to it. And with just a little bit of digging, I found the buried treasure. And it had some diamonds. Kinda cool to think that the first diamonds I found in this playthrough weren't mined. Conflict-free. And would you look at that, another desert temple. I'm gonna roll here. After adding this TNT to our collection, we'll have some serious firepower. But I gotta say the best part of the day was riding back home into a nice sunset. And look at that, Tors was right where I left her. Day 8, we started construction on some proper storage. It's one of the most important things in a Minecraft world. Well, obviously it's nowhere near as important as landscaping, but it's up there. I'm taking this storage idea from my 1000 days playthrough. I basically just put blocks of whatever I'm storing behind the chest. It looks nice. At night, Tors and I finished up the roof and attic where we'd be sleeping. Ironically though, it took all night, so by the time we got finished, we couldn't even sleep up there. Yeah, by day 9, the house is really starting to look like something. We've still got a dirt floor, but you know, we're getting there. But most of day 9 was just spent moving our items from the house to the main storage. It takes a while. But as you can see, halfway through I got a little bit distracted by all this bread. Well, at least now we won't have to kill the innocent to feed ourselves anymore. And I'm gonna try to cut down on the monster population by torching the place up. You get a light, and you get a light, and you get a light. Yes, and I've been waiting for this. I'm so excited. Finally, we get to sleep together in the same bed. Wow, that's a lot of achievements. But it's back to work on day 10. I'll be expanding the farm. We'll be eating good.
Hey, for once I'm actually doing some work, mining for diamonds. You want diamonds, ladies? You gotta work for them. But I mined all the way to bedrock like a real man.
Day 11, it's finally time to get rid of that dirt floor. Again, having 2 people working on this stuff makes it a lot easier. Twice as easy, actually. And before we knew it, we had a nice granite floor. A little bit better than dirt. And the rest of the day, we were mining away. I didn't find any diamonds. Tors found some, but wasn't recording. Funny thing is though, day 12, I wasn't recording, so we only have Tors footage. Too bad it's just a 2-minute clip of her sitting in the house doing nothing.
Average day. I got lots to think about.
Day 13, I made a diamond pickaxe for the good of the realm. That's because I used it to mine up some obsidian, and with that obsidian, made a portal to the underworld and went to hell.
And while Luke was in hell, I was in the mine for about 2 days. He would come by every now and then to drop off pickaxes and supplies. Thanks, honey. Then I got to make my first diamond sword. Gotta stay strapped.
I started off day 14 by setting up a sugarcane farm. We don't really need it right now, but eventually we will. And honestly, I always forget to set these things up until it's too late. Later, I ventured out looking for cows, but honestly, I think we murdered them all in the first week. Tor spent the day setting up hedges, and they look really, really nice. Day 15, we both went back out looking for animals. Bread's good, but sometimes you need some meat. I was able to find 2 cows in a nearby swamp, but trying to get these things back to base is gonna be quite the adventure.
While Luke found the cows, I found the chickens. But now it's dark, we're separated, and I'm totally lost. If you look closely behind the chickens, you might notice all those monsters trying to kill me.
I wanted to help, but I had my own problems. Getting these things to go over water is not easy. But I really didn't want Tors to die over chickens, so while she got him home, I guarded her.
I would have happily died for these chickens.
Run! Just run!
No, the chickens! But I got them the next day when the sun was out.
And I got the cows too. It definitely wasn't easy, but we got them. But hey, bonus points, we also got some sheep and then started breeding them. We realized the chickens had no place to live, so we quickly made a little chicken coop. We almost died over these things, so it's important. The farm's getting pretty big by this point. We definitely have enough to feed ourselves, but maybe one day we can turn these crops into profits. And the entire area is really starting to come together. We've got diorite roads, hedges, and tons of flowers.
I might have gone overboard on the flowers.
Though Tors definitely doesn't like the placement of the nether portal. We're gonna do a little bit of exploring on day 17, trying to find a village. Though of course, whenever we saw some loot, we stopped along the way. The ocean's full of it. Hey, get out of my boat, hippie! The best time to find a village is at night, up someplace high like a mountain. Villages have lights in them, and at night it's a little easier to spot them from far away. This town's a little small, but we can work with it. It's not too far from our house. So like any good landlord, we immediately started locking these people inside of their own houses. Oh, and we might have also stolen all of their things, but don't worry about that. Tors and I didn't have beds, so we just commandeered one of the villagers' houses and stayed in it all night. Well, renovating this town is gonna take quite a lot of work, but I guarantee you by the end of this series it'll be beautiful. Well, that's assuming we can keep all of the creepers at bay. It's not a huge town, 4 or 5 houses, 1 farm. That's about all we have. Though all progress stopped immediately when I spotted a cat. Tors really wanted one.
What do you mean one? I want them all. The only reason I wanted to find a town was to find cats. I'm putting this cat in the back of my boat and I'm taking him home. You can stay there. That way you can look out the window.
The town we were just at is very close by, so on day 19 I went into the nether to build a nether portal transport system. It's pretty simple. 1 block in the nether equals 8 blocks in the overworld, so if I go through this portal, I'll arrive right in the town. So now if we ever want to come to the town, we don't have to go across the ocean. How nice. But today I was nowhere near done with the nether. I'm still out here exploring. And would you look at that? I got incredibly lucky and found a nether fortress. It even had a blaze spawn. This is probably the luckiest I've ever been in any Minecraft playthrough ever. Until my sword broke. That's fine. I ran back home. It wasn't too far. But by day 20, I was back in the nether with a diamond sword ready to kill some blaze.
And while my hubby was in hell, I was tending the chickens.
Tors wasn't recording on day 21, but that's fine because it was pretty much just a day filled with chores. As you can see, I did a lot of farming. Again, we have more than enough to feed ourselves at this point, and with the new village we found, we can start making some profits. But again, yeah, that was pretty much it. Just a whole day of farming. Very fun. And I've got even more farming on day 22. The land around us is pretty flat, so it's pretty easy to expand the farm.
I started construction on my beach house. I'll get one way or another.
At night, I moved the nether portal. Like I said, my wife didn't like how it looked.
Happy wife, happy life.
Day 23, we decided to put the TNT to good use. This hill is blocking the view of Tors' beach house.
I don't have a lot of experience with Minecraft and even less with redstone, so this is gonna be an explosive introduction.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have taken all that long to do this manually, but it's a little more fun with TNT. Sorry about destroying your home, Turtle. I'm still expanding the farm on day 24. This footage was recorded before the trade war. At night, I worked on separating the cows from the sheep. I could feel the gang wars about to start. I also cleared out some skeletons from Tors' Dark Island. She should really put some torches on this thing.
You mind your own business.
Sometime around day 20, we ordered a pizza, and by day 25, it got here. So while I was standing perfectly still in Minecraft, I was eating pizza in real life. That's free crop growth, that's all I'm saying. We're still farming in day 26, though. This is 100% for profit. I've already got 64 bread in my inventory. And after a short trip through the nether, I was back in the village selling my crops to the farmer. Every 20 wheat turns out to be 1 emerald, and then I sell those emeralds to the cleric to try to level him up. Eventually, if I level him up high enough, he might sell me ender pearls, and then we can beat the game easily. Of course, there's still a lot to do on that front, but we also have more than 70 days left. Anything could happen. First thing I did on day 27 was go over to the cleric and sell him all of my gold. This leveled him up to expert, and I was able to purchase an ender pearl. We'll definitely need more Eye of Enders before we can beat the game, especially since the first one I used exploded. But at least now we have the ability to purchase Eye of Enders, and we have a general direction of the end.
And I'm still working on my beach bungalow. On day 28, I finally put the finishing touches on my estate. It's not the best, but it's mine, and no boys allowed. Unfortunately, my view is still impeded by the further hill.
If you were wondering, I was slaving away all day under the house making a basement. Eventually, we'll put an enchanting table down here. That's one now, I'm going back to farmer. Then I killed this innocent trader for his leads. I do it every time. Later, I donated a flower to Tors to warm up the new land. I also wanted to surprise her with a new sword. It has Smite 3 and Knockback 2, but when I went to give it to her, she was already asleep. Day 30, she got her hands on the sword and tested it out on me.
What? I thought you were a creeper.
She wasn't recording for day 30, but we did the same thing, clearing that far island to make sure her beach paradise had a good view. Day 31, another trader showed up. I guess he didn't hear what happened to the first guy. I tried to capture one of his llamas, but he kept spitting at me, probably because I killed his father. The llama did nothing to Tors, it was only mad at me. I could have been your new dad, but I guess it has to be this way. I mined at night and found diamonds. Whoever said you shouldn't do this?
While Luke was working hard in the mine, I began a sculpture. I don't know what it is, but it's art. You don't have to get it.
I was still mining well into day 32.
And I was still working on my modern masterpiece. But by nighttime, I got kicked out of our school and went exploring. I found an ocean monument while exploring, and I only knew that because Luke told me. Who needs an ocean monument? The real treasure I found were sunflowers. Oh no, I'm allergic to bees! Still sailing the open oceans on day 33. Yarg. I even found some spruce trees. It's always good to have a variety of wood. I found some good loot. All around, it was a good day.
I was on fire for most of day 33, but it was for a good cause. As you can see by day 34, the enchanting room is starting to come together, but I have to kill a lot more cows. We had to have a little alone time and decided to fish together on Tors' private island. This is about as close as holding her hand as I could get to in Minecraft. Day 35, I farmed all day, because that's how long it takes.
And I spent all day 35 giving these chickens my seed.
Day 36 was Tors' first time in the nether. She wasn't recording though.
Sorry.
We were in the nether so we could go over to the village. It's time to fix this place up. And step 1, as always, is building a wall. The town's got a lot of hills, so it's not going to be the easiest wall to construct, but the wall will help a lot. It's definitely not perfect. There's a lot of spots where mobs can get in, but at this point it's still a good deterrent. I'm telling you, this village ain't much right now, but give us a couple weeks, it'll be beautiful. We both got up bright and early on day 37. We gotta keep working on this town. Thanks to some earlier creeper attacks, there's a good portion of the town that's still considered a disaster zone. Even the iron golem was off having a smoke break, so we had to drag him back in. We have plans to eventually build a bigger house amongst the villagers, but for now we're just commandeering one of these old houses. It's a little tight, but I think I'd call it cozy. Alright, day 38, we're finally growing something other than bread. Today we have some carrots. Most of the job in this village is cosmetic. We were just leveling out the ground. It's very hilly, and by nighttime I started construction on a tunnel that will connect to my big industrial farm. So on the other end of this tunnel is a big open field, and I'm gonna fill it with farmland. We want the town to look nice, and with how big I want to make this farm, it could be an eyesore. So I spent all day laying my seed and breaking hose. This is only the beginning.
Please, honey, take in all my seed.
I'm still working on the thick farm in day 40. Recording this, it seems like that's all I do. Again, we can feed ourselves fine. This is all just for frivolous profits.
While my husband, the Monsanto of Minecraft, was working on his farm, I was working on my superior fair trade organic farm. Sure, it's not massive, but it's made with love.
Oh look, some totally fully grown crops. Don't mind if I do. I don't know what else to tell you guys. This farm is already pretty massive, but it's only gonna get bigger. If we want to make this a bustling town, we need some sort of foundation to build it on, and this farm is just that. So I farmed through the night and only had to stop to kill the occasional skeleton. Tor studied the side of this wall all day. Very helpful. Alright, this is the last day I'm gonna be working on the farm. I promise pretty soon I'll be working on something more interesting like mining. We can just skip to the end of the day. Look at all that. That's a lot of farmland. It's gonna take a few days for that massive farm to produce, so on day 43 we decided to just mine. We were looking at that cave and feeling pretty brave, despite all of the creepers. By the time I got back up, Tors was already hard at work paving the roads. I told you it's gonna look nice. Oh, and this is also the first time she laid eyes on my glorious farm. Somehow, it's wildly more beautiful at night. Again, the big farm is connected to the town by the tunnel, and on day 44 I installed some safety features, as you can see here. I know it's just cobblestone, but I think it fits that industrial theme.
And while Luke was using his cobblestone, I was using granite because I have taste. If he's not gonna make it look nice, I will. But at least he spends his time making enchanted diamond pickaxes for me. Oh, this is so awesome, I can never go back.
We also started clearing out some land for a house we'll have in town. Sleeping in this tiny shack is getting a bit old, though it's still cozy. I'm laying down some more cobblestone in day 46. We're gonna breed some villagers.
Again with the cobblestone?
I learned how to do this in my 1000 days playthrough, and it's invaluable to have tons of villagers. But it is a big job. Even by nighttime, we weren't even close to being done. Day 47, I was installing a cobblestone path through the nether for safety, but fell in some lava.
Well, that's what you get for using cobblestone.
I was okay. I had plenty of bread. Most of the day was spent on the abduction track. It's a key part of any villager breeder. Hope you enjoyed your life, farmer, because your sovereignty is about to end. We were both just working on the villager breeder on day 48. Functionally, it only has to be a large box that the villagers are stuck in and can't escape from. But we decided decided to put a little flair into it, increase their quality of life. Then again, one look at the number of beds that's in this thing and you can't really expect much quality of life. Day 49, the villager breeder will work. It's functional. It's not very pretty at this point, but it'll work. Get in the bucket, farmer, you're going to a better place.
Sorry he's doing this to you. I can't stop him.
You too, Stonemason, your time has come. Getting villagers in the breeder can be a tricky process, but by the end of the day, I got all 3 of them in there. However, before I can make some children, I've got to do some farming. It took all day, but there's a lot of farmland. I pretty much expected this. I was farming well into the night and must have zoned out or something, because this creeper walked right up to me and exploded. I was fine, but my farm,
On day 51, Luke and I started our big happy family.
All you gotta do to make the villagers breed is give them food, because everyone likes reproducing on a full stomach. Once the breeder's set up, you can pretty much just give them their privacy. They'll work it out on their own. We did chores during the daytime, and by the end, the villagers already produced another child. It gets very out of control very quickly.
Day 52 began with me stalking cats. He took 5 of my fish. He was a stubborn little kitty. Oh, I've only just started my collection.
Later that day, I spotted a cat too and made sure to tie it up for her.
Thanks, honey. Cats are the best presents. My collection of cats is coming along nicely. Now kiss.
As I said, it gets very out of control very quickly. They've been in here like 2 days. There's like 7 children. Oh yeah, and they all work for me. Some of them already have jobs, but ultimately we're gonna build them all each individual huts for their own job. Like on day 54, we made a shepherd, and if we have a big enough sheep farm, he could be pretty profitable. So I made a sheep farm. It looks small now, but I guarantee you, it'll get real inhumane real fast. The shepherd buys brown and black wool, so after borrowing the organs of some nearby squid, I was able to have 2 black sheep. And hopefully someday soon, we'll have a lot more. Oh, and I left Tors alone for like 5 minutes, and she's already got a brood of these cats. These villagers are becoming a bit much, and I'm really not sure when it's gonna stop. We figured we'd give them some more time to breed. It might be a few more days before we've maxed out that villager breeder. Besides, there's plenty to do, like breeding sheep. Day 56, I expanded the sheep pen. It's a lot bigger than the sheep that are in there, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna fill this thing to the brim. Sleep, my children. Day 57, we both did chores during the day, but at night I constructed a little passage for the villagers. It's almost time to put them in their new homes. Yeah, and that was pretty much all that happened. I mean, would you want to see the footage of me farming? Didn't think so. Day 58's a big day though, and not just because it was marked by a creeper explosion. Yeah, I realized this dirt passage was totally dumb and a waste of time. No, it's a big day because this is the first day we started building villager huts. Eventually, all the villagers in this town will live in huts similar to this, instead of being crammed in that villager breeder. And by the end of the night, we got the first one in there. A shepherd. He'll buy tons of wool. Well, I was working until the next morning, but sometimes it can be tough to get these guys exactly where you want them. Day 59, we're still making huts, and as you can tell, we're cramming them in there. All right, which one of you is gonna be the lucky villager? One of them's gonna be a butcher. He's not very profitable at the start, but if you can get him to master, he'll buy sweet berries for insane profits. These are some long-term investments. We also set up a cleric. We're gonna buy ender pearls from him, and if we ever get a ton of glass bottles, we can sell for profit. And if you would just listen, we also got a farmer, but he was being a little difficult. For the time being, the farmer is how we'll make most of our money, thanks to our massive farms. If only we could sell cats for emeralds, we'd make a fortune.
Don't even think about it.
By this point, we have all the villagers we really need, so it's just time to work on some money-making methods, like the sheep. After that, I set up a pig pen near the big farm. I'm telling you right now, it ends tragically. I also had some bee trouble. I'll come back later to imprison them. I'm just glad I installed these safety features. If I didn't, this creeper explosion would have been a lot worse. Tors wasn't recording on day 60. She spent most of the day installing flowers. Sorry, I wasn't recording for the first part of day 61, but now we have a bee. I'm a terrible beekeeper though. My strategy involves getting them angry at me so they chase me, and then leading them when they're not. It works. I know for a fact there's a more efficient way to do this, but for now, it's fine.
While Luke was busy with his bees, I was just trying to get my cat out of hell. He was very stubborn. I guess he's living here now. Enjoy your life, cat.
Day 62 is another big day. There's quite a lot of abduction to do. This one had dreams of being a farmer, but I assure you, he'll be a leather worker. Leather worker's another villager that isn't too profitable, but eventually you can buy saddles from him, which are helpful. Oh, and it's been a few days since I've shown you the sheep. They're getting pretty bad, but it's gonna get worse. Not much happened on day 63. Biggest thing we did was set up another hut for a fisherman in the future. I was planning on getting one in there that night, but had a disagreement with an iron golem and he bopped me, and that guy would have easily killed me. Tors was already asleep. It just was a good time to go to bed. 64 is a big day though. We're finally building a proper house. We won't be sleeping in that shack any longer. Well, maybe for a few more nights. It's not gonna be too magnificent. We want it to kind of blend into the villager aesthetic, but anything's better than that shack. Oh, and as you can see, we got rid of that diorite floor pretty quickly. Went with spruce instead. It looks nice. I even built the fireplace to give it a nice homey feel. Though it is gonna be a lot of work with expanding the house, we also have to expand this wall. Obviously, the house is coming together. It's still about 30% 100% dirt, but despite that it looks good. The biggest reason we're doing this though is storage. We were only working with about 1 or 2 chests before this, but with this we'll be able to build a whole storage room. And we finally found a place where that diorite will look nice, in the basement. You know, it doesn't look too bad for 2 days of work. We're proud of it, and it's really gonna increase our efficiency. We'll be able to store so much more stuff, even our dirt. We still gotta expand this storage room, of course. Doesn't have every item in it, but you gotta know that this right here helps a ton. The rest of the day we did some more chores. It's been a while. The farming didn't stop. You guys know how much farmland we have. However, at the end of the day, this is all gonna turn into some really nice profits. And combine the crops with the sheep, we're gonna be rich! Yeah, essentially it took all night just to breed and shear these sheep, which is an indication that I'm getting to the limit. Yep, I was right. We've got sheep-related problems. They've already outgrown their massive pen. Sheep recharge their wool by eating grass, and there isn't enough grass to go around, so most of them are starving. Oh no, but that's not gonna stop me from breeding more. Though even with the pen expansion, they almost instantly ate all of the grass available. So I made a little area where none of the sheep can go to, and hopefully this will help to keep the grass stonks up. Ah, how'd you get in here? Torres was in the mine all day. I just dropped by to say hi. Day 69 was wet, as you can see by the rain. And you know, I figured this was as good a day as ever to breed my malnourished sheep. The grass injector seems to sorta work. Later on I tried to expand the grass injector, but it was pretty tough because there's just so many sheep. Well, after quite a lot of bloodshed today, this grass injector should keep my wool numbers up.
And while he was taking care of the sheep, I was just minding my own business.
Day 70, I made a Fletcher for the village. He thinks he's a farmer, but he'll come around eventually.
And of course, I was still mining. I had a cat bodyguard, so he was keeping most of the creepers away. I had my cat with me, but he became a little pussy. He couldn't keep all the creepers away, and when this one blew up, I was propelled into the lava. He and I both deserve to die. The fire is an accurate representation of how I felt at this moment.
Hey, are you okay?
No!
Don't worry, we can rebuild her. We have the technology. And the emeralds. We don't have too many diamonds, but we have enough to get her back a diamond sword and pickaxe, which was what she had before. And she promptly broke it in on some innocent cows.
I have nothing! This is your fault, cows!
Day 72, we both went back into the mine, and this time we brought several more cats. I found diamonds, she found diamonds, we both avoided lava. It was a good day. Together we found about 30 diamonds, even though some of them did get swallowed up by some lava. I guess Minecraft felt like it owed us something. If our luck keeps up, eventually we can get some diamond armor. And we were actually driven towards that goal on day 73 as well, so we kept mining. I didn't find any diamonds, plenty of coal and iron, killed a lot of stuff too, but no diamonds.
Don't worry, honey, I found enough diamonds for the both of us. 18 to be exact.
So day 74, we had enough for 2 full sets of diamond armor. I didn't have enough levels to enchant every piece, but a little bit of fire protection will help if there's any other lava incidents.
Too soon.
I gave Torres as much enchanted stuff as I could. It'll help a lot. Minecraft can be pretty dangerous, and I think with 2 full sets of diamond armor, we'll sleep pretty soundly. So now on day 75, we're back and better than ever, covered in diamonds. But I'm gonna be chopping down every tree in existence, at least in the surrounding area. Torres was chopping too, but she wasn't recording. Oh, and if you cared, the sheeps are doing well. You can tell by listening to the thunderous buying. If you're wondering why I cut down all those trees, I was using the wood to make oak boats. I can sell them to the fishermen for 1 emerald apiece. It's pretty good money. Just another money-making method you can throw on top of sheeping and farming and all the other stuff. Day 76, we're getting ready for a great journey. The goal of these first 100 days was to kill the Ender Dragon by day 100. But before we can do that, we need to find the end. And before we can do that, we need to venture out. So we'll just skip to the good stuff on day 77 when we're looking for the end. Again, we're real lucky we have the nearby ocean, and we're real lucky that the end is pointed in that direction. Most of the travel is gonna be across open sea. There was also a little desert travel, but not much. We were pretty lucky. By nightfall of day 77, we were right above where the end portal was. And it really didn't even take that long, just a little bit of digging and we found the end portal.
I deserve to put in the Ender Eyes. It was my first time.
And like most people, we just stood there and stared at the beauty of the Ender portal.
Day 78, I was lucky enough to find some cats on our travels. Now I have to get these kitties home. Unfortunately, we don't have enough boats for all of you.
Well, that went a little better than we thought. We honestly didn't expect to find the end so quickly, but it's time to go back home and prepare. Now we're back in the hood on day 79, just chilling. No, actually, I'm trying to get this librarian villager to sell me mending books. Oh, and wow, he's already doing it. That was quick. So I instantly spent my entire life savings on mending books. And then I went to the sheep to make more money to buy more mending books. If you don't know about mending, it's an awesome enchantment. Those mending books are expensive though, and we can only make so much money selling boats, produce, and wool. Well, that's where this stonemason will come in. Eventually, we can sell him rocks. As far as other stuff going on day 80, I was working on the storage, trying to make it look a little nicer and expanding it. Torres was working on a bedroom. It's been almost 20 days and we haven't slept in this thing. Day 81, I installed an auto furnace furnace next to the stonemason. It'll make auto smooth stone for basically auto emeralds.
And I was still working on the bedroom.
Oh yeah, I definitely approve of this. Day 82, we were both working on the bedroom remodel. We're gonna both have to sleep here. I'm personally a fan of the recessed bookshelves in the bedroom. They're a nice touch. And after a day of complete and total vanity, we had a nice bedroom, fit for 2 people with diamond armor. But day 83, we're back to making profits off the backs of the weak. That night, I was just lighting up the sheep pen when there was an unexplained explosion. When I turned around, I just saw a hole filled with wool and mutton. The tragedy only got worse because I had to kill the survivors. I wasted no time. I'm still shearing those sheep on day 84. And then at night, I went into the nether to maybe try to find some nether wart. So I spent all of day 85 trying to find nether wart, which can only be found in nether fortresses. It took all day, but I found enough to make a sizable farm and all of the potions we'll ever need. I got insanely lost, but mined quartz to stay calm. Back in reality, you know, doing whatever. Picking these for Tors later. It's a secret, but then she watched the video, so. Also decided to reinvest the enchanting room into the villager house. And then I put mending on my stuff, so they'll live forever. Day 87, I mansplained enchanting to Tors.
Yeah, he was so helpful. I was mining, doing pretty well actually. But I had a bad day. I was taken down. I had to sing a sad song just to turn it around.
I wasn't there the moment she needed me most. I got most of her stuff. Oh, her helmet, no. We'll rebuild her in the morning. We're just gonna go watch some Netflix and chill. Oh well, back to mining. And you know, Tors will probably feel better after she does some mining. Day 89, we're carving out some space for a potion making room. It's nothing complicated. Let's go to the next thing. I got a toolsmith to expert and he'll now sell me diamond hose. How useful. There was some mining and I shot at these phantoms. I need their sweet juicy meat. Gonna cook them up with some nether wart and make a nice potion. I spent most of day 90 crafting the purest slow falling potion on the block. For the record, I have no idea where we got that cactus from. Kinda like the horses I don't talk about. And now we're taking the toolsmith against his will. And I spent the night placing down some torches and getting bit by phantoms. We're still just working hard on day 91, as you can tell by this mountain of oak yachts.
I've been in the mine since I died, and I'm probably not coming out.
Yeah, but that's a good thing. I just used every bit of our gold to make some golden apples. And after exhausting all the money-making methods, I just went back into the mine with Tors. It's a good place to get some XP for more enchantments. And we're still mining on day 92. But this is Minecraft, so probably will be a lot of mining. By this point, we had so many diamonds, we were able to waste 18 of them on 2 diamond blocks for the storage room. Even if Tors falls in lava a 3rd time, she won't even feel it.
Day 93, I was just mining. It's all my damaged psyche will allow me to do.
And I'm back to abducting villagers. The fun never stops. Made this one into a weaponsmith. Eventually he'll sell us diamond swords and maybe diamond axes, I'm not sure. Other than that, just more of the usual, selling off my boat stocks to the fishermen. Oh, and there was also a little renovation in the storage room. Can't have that ceiling being dirt. Tors is still mining on day 94. I think I'm gonna call someone soon. I made this nice sword for her with pretty much every enchantment plus mending. Hopefully that makes her feel better. I was also able to make her an infinity bow. I've never even had one of these things.
Day 95, I finally emerged from the mine. I had enough levels to enchant, and my scars were finally healed. I enchanted my diamond armor, and then of course went straight back to mining.
I got the weaponsmith to master, and he'll sell us diamond swords and axes. I was right. And combined with the toolsmith, we can buy every single type of diamond tool now. Though eventually I'd like to be able to purchase some diamond armor, so I'm laying down some more abduction track. And I got straight to kidnapping at the start of day 96. He was a difficult one. From the moment I gave him freedom, he escaped. Honestly, at this point, there's so many villagers in this breeder, it's easier to just grab another one. I spent blocks of emeralds leveling him up, buying chainmail and then just throwing it on the ground. But yes, even at only expert level, he'll sell me diamond feather falling boots. That's awesome. I of course went all the way to master on the same day, and as you can see, I can purchase a full set of diamond armor from him now. So now, thanks to all of the work we've done in this village, we can turn things like wool, produce, and even stone to diamonds. And once Tors heard the good news, she came up from the mine and started shearing. Alright, day 97 is gonna be our last day in town. Last chance to check everything, make sure we're prepared for the Ender Dragon fight. Last chance to enchant your pants, Tors, better do it now. This is pretty much everything we're bringing. Standard Ender Dragon materials like potions of slow falling, golden apples, chickens, and pumpkins. Alright, today's the day. At least the day we gotta get there. Tors gave me a cornflower for good luck, and I'll hold it in my left hand the entire time. If you remember, the end portal wasn't that far away to begin with, and now we've got its coordinates, so we can pretty much just beeline right to it. Yep, it was still daylight out by the time we got to our massive hole from before. We planned on having extra time out here. We're gonna build a little infrastructure structure around the portal. Instead of having to dig down every time, we built a ladder all the way up to the surface. And then we built a little shack over the ladder, so the end portal is marked and easy to get to. Ain't much, but you know, it was keeping us safe and made from whatever we could carry with us. We emerged from the shack at sunrise on day 99 for one more day of exploring. We're gonna bring home some of these savanna trees. There was also a nearby desert temple which we explored. Nothing amazing, unless you like bones and rotten flesh. And then our last step was this nearby savannah village. I think I like the look of the villagers here the best. And Tor's even made it home with a new orange cat.
I wish I could take him home.
But now we're watching the sunrise on day 100. Our pumpkin masks are on and we're ready to fight the Ender Dragon.
We couldn't decide who was gonna go in first, so we just went in together.
If well prepared, fighting the Ender Dragon can be pretty easy, but it was especially easy having another person to help. Working together, we were able to handle the different phases of the Ender Dragon fight exceptionally well, especially since the thing was distracted between the two of us. You can tell the Ender Dragon fight was not a fight designed to be done by two people. It was very easy. Tors and I breezed through the Ender Dragon fight with no incidents. We never even came close to dying.
I've never killed the Ender Dragon before, but with my hubby doing all the work, it was easy. If this was the almighty Ender Dragon, the Wither's gonna be a piece of cake.
Of course, we'd never forget to grab the dragon egg. It's our property. And after that, we jumped back into the end portal and watched the credits roll. And that's it. 100 days of Minecraft with the Tors. It was quite a lot of fun.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna like Minecraft going into this, but now I love it.
And if you loved this video and would like to see us go to 200 days, make sure you hit that like button. We came a long way in these 100 days, but Minecraft is a massive game and there's so much more to do. So again, if you want to see 200 days, make sure to hit that like button. Thank you all for watching.
Please stay notable.
And we'll see you in the next video.